It's been an interesting start to the year. So overall, global IPOs are down 17%. That's been interesting within the context of M&A actually rising significantly. Global M&A is up 23%. So as you mentioned, the US and Europe has been fairly robust comparatively. However, we've seen a big drop-off in APAC IPOs specifically, where last year...
there?
Yeah, so going back to last year, we saw IPO volumes down significantly. So last year was one of the toughest years in about 4 years.
Yeah.
So we definitely saw a cooling in China, with Chinese IPOs down. And if we look at this first quarter of the year, there's no sign of any resurgence across APAC as a whole.
Yeah.
Q1 declined 56%. Which is quite a significant fall, and that's the lowest quarter since the first quarter of 2013. So no sign of a resurgence, but there are still some significant bright spots in Asia.
Okay, we'll get back to Asia in just a bit, but hammering on with Europe and also North America, I'm curious, I'm wondering whether it also means the pickup in activity that private markets are picking up as well, and a lot of these IPOs were exits or backdoor or SPACs.
Yeah. So yeah, in the US there was an uptick. So there is a return to a more risk-on sentiment, but I would caution that it wasn't a full reopening in the US. So we did see some interesting deals. We saw the likes of Reddit, which traded up very significantly in the aftermarket. And we also saw AI-related listings come to market in Q1, which traded up very positively as well. So technology was a key theme, and we saw $8.5 billion of volume in the US market. So investors are starting to consider IPOs again, but there is a broader macro climate with uncertainty and risks which need to be accounted for.
Okay, Mans, come in on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to take you back to your comment about there's no sign of resurgence yet for APAC IPOs, Romaine. But considering that last year, you know, no thanks at all to the really shoddy market conditions, we saw hundreds of Chinese companies withdraw their IPOs. What needs to happen to bring them back? And when they do come back, will they perhaps list in Hong Kong instead of the mainland?
Yeah, when we think about Hong Kong, it's been a very challenging time for Hong Kong. We have to go back 3 or 4 years to the last time Hong Kong was in the top 3 global exchanges. So that's been a significant challenge for the exchange. We've also seen the huge pressure of delistings, nearly 187 delistings since 2019. And that represents around $60 billion in volume, which has come off the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So in terms of pipeline and where the exchange goes moving forward, those Chinese A-share withdrawals, which we saw in the last few months of last year, definitely will be considering Hong Kong as a potential venue moving forward. In terms of resurgence, we have to look to other parts of Asia in terms of where we're going to see robust IPO activity, and there are other parts of the market that are skyrocketing right now.